Hi everybody, I'm not gonna paint today, but I just saw two questions in the group from newbies, and I thought maybe I can give 1, 2, 3, and later if I remember some other time, some tips, I will also include them in another short video like today's. So to start with, like you learned from Shilay, the best way is to start with a 4-inch square, right? The reason you don't want to go to a canvas or a wood is the fact that this is easy to wash. If it's fresh, you don't like it, you just like I did today. With this one, it didn't go fine, and I just, took my stick, took all the paint off in a cup where I can use it later, and then I try again. If let's say you don't want to do this and it's dry and you want to practice again, you just put this in water, soak it in water for like 10-20 minutes, and then you just go and peel it off. You peel also the edges, and just make sure that whatever you peel does not go into your sewage system, basically. So that is one tip. Of course, also the surface of the tile is good, because actually for the paint to slide around, around is easy, because it's just like the surface is kind of, how can I say it now, is not slippery, but easy for the pillow paint to move, rather than more easier than, let's say, a canvas or wood, So that is one tip. You will see us using these a lot, but I don't advise you as a newbie to use this unless you've used it before for other, techniques, and now you're doing Shilay bloom technique, because they're not easy to handle. They're slippery, and you have more angles than this one, for example. Another thing is, you will find that to start with, it's easier to swipe than to bloom, because the original technique of blooming is to blow, and to get that proper blow that will get you the cells, but you are not going to go deep to the pillow or to your tile. To get that amount of blow and the technique of how to get it all around the tile, it takes a while. It takes practice. But I play with my psychology. I remember a year ago, I get sometimes, I get frustrated, and I'm like, I'm not gonna get this bloom, but I play with my psychology. How? I do swipes, if I'm successful with swipes, and then I try again to do a bloom. So for every 3 swipes, I try a bloom. If that day I'm not feeling okay, I try only swipes, and I get better with swiping, and that gives me a good feel and a good psych, a good stamina to try to bloom again, So I trick my psychology in a way. One way that I trick my psychology, and this is like a year ago, exactly December last year, this for me to bloom was too much. So what I did, I found these, I think Michael's, And then I did only a tiny, tiny bit of pillow, and then I put 2 colors. Each of these has only 2 colors, and they're small. So look at the bloom I get. Yet I was happy. That time I was happy. I tricked my psychology this way. And when I was done, look, I was happy with those. So happy. Yeah, why not? Right? So if I can get to fill up this with cells, let me just fill up this one with cells, right? And it gives me a good feel, and a bit by bit, and now I can make large pieces, and so that is another tip called tricking my psychology. Okay, so another tip is don't use 5 colors. They say don't, but let's say use only 2 colors, only to start with, and use very contrasting colors, like for example, orange, vermilion, doesn't have to be vermilion, but orange, and Prussian blue, or dark, what is it now? Or for example, dark violet, whatever. There should be a contrast, because then you get to see the cells, and you get also a good reaction from seeing the contrast with the 2 colors. It kind of gives you a joy, visual joy, and that's important. So now again, you're tricking your psychology. Now, you can also add gold or silver, or if you have any other metallic as a second color. Now we're talking, huh? So for example, you can have violet and gold. Doesn't have to be Amsterdam. It could be, deco art, and maybe also this is to trick yourself as well, because metallics, they produce more cells than other colors. Regular colors have less, let's say, how can I say, with metallics, let's be easy, with metallics, or metallics has the property in it to give you more cells. It is a known fact. So you can also maybe, to start with, use metallics. That is also like kind of playing with psychology, right? And with that, if you use, let's say, a metallic with this, there are small tubes, of course, of this, 2 ounces, I think, or this with this, and you get more cells, you will be happy. And then a week later, you'll find yourself using maybe 3 colors, and then a week later, maybe 4 colors. Maybe at one stage you decide, I'm going to go for 5 colors, swipe. And then later on, you're going to say, okay, I'm going to go and do all the 5 or 6 colors, all, together in a bloom. One more thing is, sorry guys, I'm also putting the stuff on their own place, and then I'm going to be with you. All right, so don't start with using, what's it called now? Opaque. So this is opaque. Don't start using them from the start, because these don't produce cells. We use them now, the ones that are sure of that are like they call us veterans. Let's say, like I have been doing this for a year now. Some of us have been doing it for a year and a half, for example. So it's okay then, we can manipulate and we can use opaque colors. But for a beginner, I don't advise at all. They are not self-forming, or if they're gonna sell, you're gonna use them at the bottom. Anyways, you're gonna learn more about that once you have the technique right. One thing that I did when I started, I separated my colors into opaque and transparent and semi-transparent. So, and I put them actually on a clothes hanger. Everybody, I think, knows what I did. Let's say, okay, I will show you. Maybe that kind of made it easier for me. So, for example, let's say that this is transparent or semi-transparent. What I did then is I had all my transparent and semi-transparent in a hanger. So this way I don't go and pick, an opaque one by mistake, and then I mix it, and then I don't get cells, and I didn't know why. So that can happen. Just today, actually, I mixed. I put here two tablespoons of Australian float roll, and then I came and I grabbed one of, it looks like black at 1 o'clock in the morning. Excuse me. And then I made a CA with a full transparent paint. So that's a mistake. So that's why in the beginning I did this thing. One more thing and we'll be done. What I usually do when I start my session of painting, I have my tray. I have, let me also take this back to where it belongs. All right. So let's say now that these are the paints. For you, it's gonna be 2. For me now, I say, let me just put 5, 6. Doesn't matter. So I have my tray. It's already covered with stick and seal. I have my tissue paper. I have my Activator. I have the sticks or spoons that I'm gonna use. And I have always a bundle of, I make a bundle of toothpicks in case I have an air bubble, and this way it's everything is there. It's by my side, and I usually if I have a gallon of paint, I usually just put my gallon in bottles of water, whatever, a vinegar bottle after you wash it very well. And for small pieces, I use, let's say for, pieces like small, like tiles, I use, I have always one white and one black of squeeze bottles. Another trick, and then we're gonna be finished. It's already 15 minutes, but it's all good information, guys. Let's say you have your surface, which is gonna be maybe this, maybe a canvas, whatever it is, and you have, let's get something else. It's gonna be, it's gonna be noisy to do. If you have your piece, let's say this is a canvas, and you put your pillow, you probably use this. Probably your pillow is full of air bubbles. Just take this and hit it, you know, like this, you know, and then in one go, two times, all are gone. You don't need to use a torch on house paint, even if it's full of air bubbles. This will do the trick in one go. And I keep saying it. I think that is for newbies. I think this covers most of the points, and I actually shared points that I kind of went by, you know. So one of them is tricking psychology. Okay, guys, hope this is beneficial for you. And I mean, you know, you could look at my pieces and some of the videos that I have. The one below this, number 3, and then look at this, and you can see that you're gonna get there. Another point that I forgot. At this stage, we're using double CAs. We're getting new info also. Last night there was, the life was rich of information, and to us, some of the information is new. So to start with, don't complicate things. Start easy. Start with the one cell activator. And also, we realized with time that the black cell activator is easier to use. Sorry, this is all, everything is, I like things to be clean, so use a black cell activator. We realized that black cell activator is easier than a white cell activator. So maybe that's also a point you consider. Start with black, build to white, or you know, this is just a point. It says, compared to the other points that I mentioned, this is a smaller one, let's say, but it might do the trick. So here, again, tricking yourself and tricking the technique a bit, till you reach to a level that you feel, wow, I could produce this, really? So you will. Okay, guys, bye for now.